Cheers.
How many pictures are on Yelp? Pull up all these pictures and you're like, oh, that's the dessert you're eating? All right, Michelle. That's the candle? Okay, that's the same candle. I know where that.
45 minutes to an hour.
45 minutes to an hour. Wait, can you run that long? No offense.
That's how I got married, dog. You know, my first date, bro.
Was that what you did?
Yeah, my first date with her.
And look at
I think a guy's more comfortable being alone than a girl, but I mean, that's a whole
you
nother
think so?
subject. I think
This episode is brought to you by RollingUp.com, your trusted cannabis supplier and delivery service.
Welcome to the Men Don't Know Podcast. I'm the man of many friends, your host and creator, Chris Boone. And here on the podcast, we talk with a bunch of guys. We ask a bunch of women questions over wine and cocktails. Whether you listen to it on Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Pandora, you downloaded that Men Don't Know Podcast app. I cannot thank y'all enough. Merch store is open as always, but hit me up on Instagram at Men Don't Know, Twitter at Men Don't Know 1, shoot me an email, Chris at MenDon'tKnow.com, or hop on the MenDon'tKnow.com website and shoot me a message. Corey, my guy, how we living?
Back at it.
Yes, sir.
What do you got?
Oh, man. So, you know what? This is what I want to get into. I just want to do, some one-on-ones. Everybody likes it, but let's get back into it and talk about, we both are going to a wedding this weekend, and the venue, coincidentally, was at a venue I took a girl I went out with. And I took her to a wedding there. And,
wow.
you have those flashback moments. And, man, I figured I would tell the story, about a girl I used to date. Okay. Everybody always likes, I guess, you know what? You never realize the situation you're in until you're until you're on the third floor and the first floor is on fire, moving up to the second floor. Man, so we're going to call this girl, we'll call her Becky. Yeah, Becky. All right, Becky with the good hair. Becky, so I met Becky through friends like usual. And, I shoot photography. I do a bunch of things. And she's like, oh, you want to do a photo shoot this and third? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So I was like, hey, let's go shoot right here at this beach. It's super dope. We'll get a bunch of dope photos, yada, yada, yada. And so we meet her, and you've never heard these stories. So, I mean, a lot of people think, when I go through my relationships of this, that, third, Coy really kind of finds out when everybody else is finding out. He sees I'm happy. He knows what looks up front, this, that, and the third, but he really doesn't know the ins and outs.
No question.
And I really don't give him the ins and outs because he said, what is your saying?
You better not tell me.
Yeah, because he would tell me the cold-blooded truth. Anyways, so she meets me up, and we're doing the photo. I see her. She comes, gives me a hug, and I'm like, wait a minute. Is she drunk?
This is the first time you met her?
First time. Well, not the first time I met her. First time where I met her before, chatting on text message, way before the podcast. Well, this is way before we even started the podcast. Right. And anyway, so, I was like, she was like, oh, yeah, let's do a shoot, this day. So I'm like, cool, let's do it around sunset. So that way it'll be dope. We're at the beach, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, gets to the day. She's like 10 minutes late. I'm already irritated. You know me. I'm like, anyway, she gets there and I notice, I'm looking, I'm like, is she drunk? Like, nah, couldn't be,
What? What'd you notice?
The eyes, a little hazy, a little glossy,
glossy.
yeah.
Acting friendly friend.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So, we're shooting. Turns out super dope. Sending the photos. She loves them. Having a great, just chit-chatting back and forth. She's like, hey, yeah, let's go grab lunch, this and third. So one lunch turns into two turns into a date turns into,
dating. Yeah,
dating. And, it was summertime, I feel like I'm like, what I'm saying? They always say never get into a relationship in the summer. I feel like all the time I find myself in a relationship in the summer.
Summertime sadness.
Well, I mean, so I'm like, we always have a good time. We always go out, have fun. And you know what? I've noticed I've always kind of dated women that are in the fitness industry or do a lot of athletics. Active. Yeah. You notice that, right? Mm-hmm. Or is it just me?
No, you do.
Yeah. I dated a girl. I love to hike. Girl after that, trainer.
Not fat. Not fat.
No, they're just very athletic. I don't know. Anyways, but I notice every time we do something, she's drinking. Or we're drinking. But I mean, you know what? It's summertime. It's lit. We having a good time. I'm hitting you up. Yeah. I'm like, hey, Dad, we over here. Like,
you didn't think it was a problem.
I didn't think it was a problem because not even that. I saw her get up every day to go to her job, and she be getting up at 5. Handle it. She getting up when I'm getting up. 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. She handling it, and I'm like, oh my God. And it's like, I'm like, all right, well, fine. She gotta have her. Everything looked like everything's together. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you when I kind of noticed, oh, this might be a problem.
What happened?
So, they always talk about that heated night where you have that type of, that sex where it's just fire, you're drinking out of an iron. And I went to, I'm in the middle of the night, I see a glass of water by her bed. I went and grabbed it, and I took a sip. It's straight vodka.
What?
I was like, oh my God. No, I didn't spit it out. I was like, what in the hell? Die. And then she woke up. She's like, oh yeah, here, I'll take it, and drank something. And I'm like, and then went back and then lay back down. I was like, damn. I'm thinking in my head, like, holy shit, wait a minute, this may be a problem.
That's not good.
But I'm still like, okay, whatever. So it's, so then it's like, all right, something's up, but something's not up, but I'm not sure. You meet her, you over here like, damn, she's like, fun. You give me the green light, Coy. You give me the green light. You gave me the green light.
She had a fun place. Yeah. She had fun friends.
Yeah, you gave me the green light, Coy. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I go to one of my buddy's birthday parties, and he has a super nice restaurant. It's super nice, super nice. And I'm like, he hits me last minute. He's like, oh no, bring her. And I'm like, all right, so I noticed she, ordering 1, 2, 3 drinks. And I'm like, wait a minute. When I'm out and about in the presence of, company and friends and, not, if I'm not at home, I'm not trying to get too crazy.
Right.
I keep it respectable. And I'm like, she's going to town. She's on her. I was like, wait a minute. This could be.
Are you thinking she
nervous? I'm thinking she's nervous. I'm thinking
that she only. Are you thinking she only does that when she's with you because you got her? You'll make sure she get on.
Probably, and that's too. But at a certain level, you gotta there's certain situations you gotta reel it in and I'll just
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, what is going on? I was like, nah. And I was like, okay, she's drunk. And we're at my boy's birthday dinner. And there's a lot of people here.
Was she drunk?
See, it's at that point where I was like, she could have been like 50-50.
Was it early in the day?
No, it was a night dinner. And
no, but I mean, early in when she got there, she started throwing them back. I
wouldn't say throwing them back because we were drinking wine. But, I mean, third glass of wine. I mean, at what time, how long is a dinner?
That's what I'm saying. The first hour, 3 glasses of wine.
Yeah. So I was just like, man, this can't, me, I'm benefit of the doubt guy, And I'm like, no, you know what? I'm going to chalk this up. I don't believe it. I'm going to chalk this up of nerves, meeting a bunch of my friends at one time.
That she's going to be doing something bad and you have to.
Me, dog. I'm trying to get out of there. Hey, hey, boom, boom, boom. I hit my boy up. Hey, dog, take this, pay for my bill. You're like, we going to get out of here. Because I'm like, we were quote unquote, maybe 10 minutes from there. So where she was at and versus where we're at.
Okay.
It's still, that area is automatically like, you're looking at, you see, on Yelp, it's $5 bills,
right.
5 money signs on the Yelp. And it is what it is. And we had a good time. We get back to our place, crash out, wake up in the morning. Mind you, still waking up in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, hit a workout. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm not crazy. Anyways, my boy invites me to his wedding. And I'm sitting back and he goes, it's a great chance for everybody to meet your girl. Da, da, da. And this is a different boy separate from, I kind of have a bunch of different pockets of friend groups. You know that, Coy. A lot of people don't know that.
Gave you the plus one?
Gave me the plus. No. And his wife hit me up, at fiance at the time. Bring her. I'd love to meet her. You know, nobody really meets girls you date. Da 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 da. Like, come on, bring her. I have a place for her. Place card is da da da. I'm like, all right, I'll bring her. And I was like, all right, well, since I'm bringing her down this way, I'll introduce her to moms. Because even at this point, we was 95 days in.
3 months.
Yeah. And I'm talking about, and I was like, me, usually they'll meet moms off the tip off.
Right.
Before, they'll meet moms in warm-ups, before any, it's one of your,
know your last name.
One of your cardinal sins, Coy, but I mean, it is what it is. And I'm like, all right, let her meet mom. She shares the same birthday as my sister.
Oh, wow.
Let them meet, because mind you, I don't even, they know I'm good, but they know, I'm spending, my weekends with her type of thing. And so I brought her over. My mom, oh my God. Her and my sister, my sister does not count because my sister likes everybody. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what she may or may not say, I feel like she likes everyone. She's hey bestie, she's everybody's. And so she meets her and, they figure out they have the same birthday. They laughing, this, that, and the third. She's like, oh, no wonder you know how to handle Scorpio women. And I was like,
wow.
Now, mind you, this is the day we are dressed and ready for the wedding. We're matching. Mm-hmm. I'm wearing tailored. Oh, I'm wearing the Indochino tailored suit.
Oh, no.
Navy blue suit. And I think I went no tie, navy blue suit, no tie. But I just wore the jacket, pants, shirt, but everything fully tailored, brown shoes.
All right.
She is wearing navy blue dress, brown shoes. We're matching. Like we look fire. I ain't gonna hold you. And I'm surprised we don't even have a picture. We look fire.
Whole photo.
Maybe I'll look, but and so moms meets her. Moms, I feel like moms.
Come on in, I cooked.
I feel like moms will like everybody, but have her reservations and own idea of that person in the back of her head, trying to see where this goes. But she won't say it out loud. She won't voice her opinion. So they meet her. Mind you, JR next door with his wife. I'm like, kill two birds with one stone. I swing over, bring her over to JR and his wife. They meet her. They talk and, oh, wow, she's cool. The center. Yeah, we're going to a wedding. You guys look beautiful. Da, 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 da. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then, it was probably like a 5-10 minute meet. And then we shoot off to the wedding. Mind you, the wedding, same venue where Maddie and Jesse are having their wedding.
Okay.
And
close by.
Super close by. So I'm like, okay. She was like, hey, do you want to, she was like, I know I don't want you to drink late. So if you want, let's stop and get a bottle of champagne.
You said that or her?
She did. She said, I don't want you to drink too late because you got to drive us back. I don't, I want you to be careful. So I'd rather, let's grab a cold bottle of champagne.
Early. Get
to the venue early, have a couple drinks. That way, if you don't want to drink during dinner and reception,
we're
cool. I said, say less. I like it. Hey, you thinking ahead. You know, everything, you know, I'm like,
responsible.
Okay, responsible. You know, we got 2 waters. We got the, you know, the bottle. Yep. You know, we pull up to the venue early. We got 2 cups. I'm cracking it. AC blowing in the car. We jamming. We playing that 2000s music. We got 112 ringing in the background. We pouring champagne. Ooh. You know, we having a good time. You know, we have, you know, it's a whole vibe. It's a whole vibe. But it's 2 people and 1 bottle of champagne.
What does that mean? A little much?
I feel like, you know, we killed a bottle of champagne. We go in, super cool. Everybody's meeting. Oh my gosh, so lovely to meet you. We're totally fine. Everything's great. Da 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 da. And this venue's kind of like DIY, do it yourself, DIY. Uh-huh. And so you basically have the venue, you provide all the vendors type of thing. So I think my boy did the Habit and In-N-Out trucks. So both of them just pulled up like bop, bop. You know, so after the wedding, everybody's meeting everybody. You know, they do some hors d'oeuvres, this and that. Not really, but they're just basically like, okay, we'll leave you guys, you know, 2 tables at a time. We got 2 food trucks, go to them, which is, once again, I think very smart, because it's just, you know, you're going back and forth. Cool concept. Super cool concept. And, you know, I think they were there for 2 hours, so to speak. So you could have both if you wanted. And so, you know, we're eating, we're having a good time, open bar, you know, because you got to bring your own liquor. So I'm not paying attention, but I see, you know, 3 cups at the table, my one. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
They are hers?
Well, I'm not paying, you know. I'm introducing her to her. Night's getting late. They do the dances, speeches. You know, now the music's going on the dance floor. We get another drink, and you know, she gets another one, and we're hanging out. And I'm like, oh my God,
it hers.
She's hammered.
She threw all those back 3 plus the champagne that you guys split.
And then she's hammered. Like, now I know she's hammered.
It's she like different though. Huh? You could notice that.
You could notice she's a hammered.
Like what? Being loud?
No, not loud, but a little slurish in the words. The R's are hanging, the L's are hanging. You know, the S's are dragging out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's hammered.
Is she talking to other people though? Like,
absolutely, one of the friendliest people at the party. Boy. I was like, and then she's like, babe, go get me another drink. I'm like, no, I think water. No, you need some water. No, babe, I'm good. I need, fine, I'll go get it. She goes to the bartender, asks for another drink. I look at him and I'm like, nope. Like, oh yeah, no problem. I got you. And hands her the drink, and she walks back to the table and she's like, it's no alcohol, bro.
Okay.
He was like, I got you. I'm like, bro, he looked at me, good luck. I'm like, I am not in a Liam Neeson movie, first of all.
To be saying good luck.
Okay, I am not in a Liam Neeson movie, okay?
It's all you're going through?
Because that's a long drive home, too. And I'm just like, what?
No, it is.
And not even that, they, how they're coming around, the bride and groom are now coming around saying thank you for everybody, doing the table, meet and greet for the tables. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh my God. And I was like, oh, buddy, this is a lot. This is a lot. I cannot believe this is happening to me. And it was like that. Like, how did I miss the signs?
So, like, when you guys go out for fun,
yeah,
is she drinking that much too, or is it because you're drinking too and then you guys don't notice? And
yeah, and 9 times out of 10, we're usually Ubering back to her place.
Okay. All right. So at a wedding, I mean, it's open bar. We've all been there.
We have been there, but we haven't been there like that. We haven't been there like that, bro.
So the whole time that you knew she was hammered, what were you thinking? Like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta make sure she doesn't do anything stupid.
Yeah, I gotta make sure she doesn't do anything stupid. I gotta get us out of here.
Oh my gosh!
Like, luckily, it was like they had already said They already had cut the cake. They already had did everything.
Reception time. More drinks?
No, bro. And it was like, the sun had already set, and I was like, all right, let's get out of here. Because of the fact that I'm like, the last thing I want to do is.
How was she at the end, though?
I mean, she was
sloppy
there.
Or no?
It wasn't sloppy, but it wasn't the way she came in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Like, she was hammered. And I was just like, damn. And nobody took offense to it. And I'm pretty sure other people were drunk too. But
I mean, it happens. So was that? What happened after that, though? Like,
we made it home.
Did you ever talk to her about it, or did?
I mean, what could I say? I mean, we got home the next day, Doc. She was act like nothing ever happened. And I was like,
got up at 5 a.m.
Doc, stone cold sober too.
It's the wine of the day.
And I'm like that. I was like, I wasn't even drinking like that. And it was kind of like one of those things because, it's the gift and the curse. We had a blast that summer hanging out.
So the gift was.
Wait. I'll tell you. The gift, blast that summer hanging out. Okay. Super fun. You got to experience some of it too. Yep. Super fun. We had it was damn near like perfect location to everything, and hands down probably was in the best shape of my life. Hands fucking down because for us to hang out, I'd have to go to one of her classes she teaches, and that kept 45? Me in. I'm not saying where, but I'm saying that kept me in
it's a tough
peak, mind you, and she cooked, and everything was meal prep, and it was, water only, no soda. If it was hard alcohol, it was shots. Like, she kept me in that. I don't know if she was trying to build somebody, but she kept the Build-A-Bear into a peak physical condition. Like, and I mean, long story less long.
Work out your liver and your muscles.
100%. Long story less long. It didn't end up working out, but I was kind of like the good luck Chuck because of that, after the whole,
she got married
after our whole situation, she got married, had kids, everything, wish her all the best. And, there was never any ill will, even though how it ended, it was no ill will. And it was like, she
enjoy
was
the fun times,
100%, and that started, and as well as the venue we went to, that started me wanting to take a girl to Paris because that was the first plane tickets I bought to take to take a girl to Paris.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
She was the first girl I wanted to take to Paris, and then that happened, and it didn't happen, and then it didn't happen, and then.
Didn't work out.
And I took one of my boys to Paris with me, but then the podcast started. Yeah. And I was like, damn. Like, now I want to take a girl to Paris.
You're cursed for bringing a girl to Paris.
I mean, I can't make it out of October. And she was the closest one. We made it to Halloween.
What would you tell a guy if he first started dating a girl a couple months in, officially together, and then their first wedding together, like, and it's your side's wedding, somebody that you know.
You gotta have the talk. You gotta sit down and say, hey, look, we're going to this wedding. Like, these are some very important people in my life. Like, let's keep the drinking to a minimum because I want to make sure everybody gets to know the person I know you as a person you are.
Man, that is excellent right there.
So
that is nice. Right
I
there.
mean, that's what I would say. So that way,
AKA a good way of saying, do not get fucked up.
Do not get fucked up.
Embarrass yourself and embarrass me.
Yeah. Be on your toes.
I want them to know the person I know you are.
Yeah, 100%. So it was, it's just crazy. Like, and here we are, circling back, going to a wedding over there.
While she's there with somebody else.
She left the state.
The bartender, hey, what happened to that girl?
Damn. What if he said, I know you? Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
No. Oh, man. Let's get up out of here. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for listening, whether you're listening to it on Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Pandora. You downloaded that Mando No Podcast app. I can't thank y'all enough. Merch store is open as always. Hit me up on Instagram at Mendono, Twitter at Mendono1. Shoot me an email, Chris at Mendono.com, or hop on the Mendono.com website and shoot me a message. Koi, my guy, we are out.
How many pictures are on Yelp? Pull up all these pictures and you're like, oh, that's the dessert you're eating? All right, Michelle. That's the candle? Okay, that's the same candle. I know where that.
45 minutes to an hour.
45 minutes to an hour. Wait, can you run that long? No offense.
That's how I got married, dog. You know, my first date, bro.
Was that what you did?
Yeah, my first date with her.
And look at
I think a guy's more comfortable being alone than a girl, but I mean, that's a whole nother
think so?
subject. I think
This episode is brought to you by RollingUp.com, your trusted cannabis supplier and delivery service.